Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Simply Growing Food Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan. It's been a couple of months since we've had our weekly check-in with the podcast, the SGF. But this is going to be like a two-part episode, a little update on what happened the last half of the year. Okay, it's December now. Last check-in was July with the Colorado potato beetles. It's been a lot of things since then. So stay tuned, strap in, listen up, because this is a two-part episode. That's what's coming up on the SGF. Stay tuned. All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little bit of time now. So we got some updating to do. So I left y'all in July. It's been a minute. It's now December. Sorry about that. We're going to pick it up right at the end of July, starting into August, okay, with just a little bit of what was going on. Our pavilion project finally began to take some shape. For most of the year, it was just a concrete pad. With the help of our neighbor Andrew, we got our first, all the beams are in. Let's just put it that way. All the beams are in, the uprights. Now we just got to, engineer the roof. And it's kind of come to a little bit of a halt at the moment because of me. But it's funding thing. It's like, where do you put the money right now? You know what I mean? Like, am I going to put it in this project that we didn't intend for? No, not necessarily. So we're just kind of playing it by ear and moving it along as we can. It's also December, But I got to get some more wood. Probably one more delivery. From our buddy Jack, who's got a mill. He's been milling up our logs that we took down over the last winter. So we've been kind of building it out of some native lumber right here from the farm, which is the cheapest way to do it, I promise. A little bit more work, but definitely better look, better price, But anyway, so that started end of July, early August. Framing, the base, all that stuff went up. Let's see. Yeah, so also that's about the time that Josie gets sick, okay? Those of you who know our animals, some of our pets, the ones we do not eat. Josie was a black lab. Yeah, right. She was a black lab and maybe a little bit of a mix there. But anyway, right around this time, early August is when Josie started getting sick, okay? She had a little bit like an abscess in her mouth, kind of like up behind her eye, and we did a surgery to see if that would help, and it kind of really didn't do much. We gave her some medicine. That didn't do anything, really, so unfortunately for Josie, it just kind of kept getting worse over the past few months. But that's about when it started, early August, right around then, in July, something like that. Also around this time, we were elbow deep in tomatoes. We were making sauce all the friggin' time. The paste tomatoes we grew this year, we did San Marzanos and Amish paste, and honestly, I think next year we're just going to do the Amish paste. So much better yield, in my opinion. But, we've been using the same genetic San Marzano sauce tomatoes for a few years now, and so maybe we could have had a better yield had we brought in some new genetics, maybe a little cross-pollination action. I didn't save much seed, if any, this season for those crops, so we'll have fresh genetics next year. Things will be a little bit different. Maybe the yields will perform like they used to. Because over the past few years, we noticed the tomatoes on our San Marzanos kind of just kept getting a little smaller, weird shapes, But anyway, the Amish paste were great. So we were doing a lot of sauce. We put up something like 30 quarts of sauce. We did a bunch of tomato juice, which will come in handy over the winter. Recipes and things like that. All canned. Stewed tomatoes. It was the first time we did stewed tomatoes. That was cool. A few quarts of those. Cass made a really banging salsa. We jarred up some of that, canned that, maybe a dozen or so. So we did a little bit of prep, kind of like last year, or not prep, but well, I guess it is prepping in a way. Just preserving some of this year's bounty. Yeah, a lot of tomatoes late in the season. I think we stopped picking probably around October outside. Yeah, something like that. We kind of just picked them all, and that was that. We were ready to move on. Also started doing potato harvest at the end of August, and I will say, if you listen to, I think it was last year we had an episode maybe, or we talked about our potato harvest earlier on an episode this year or something. Last year was great. Last year was almost 1,000 pounds of potatoes. This year, not so much. Probably closer to like 5 to 6. We're still eating them. It's December. Picked them in August. We're still eating them. So that's cool. But they're not going to last much longer. They're almost done. But they were all right. We're going to change up the whole garden next season. And I grew potatoes in the same spot this year that I did last year, and I said, maybe I shouldn't, but man, the soil was good, like super rock-free. It was rock-free. Really nice wide beds. I was able to really hill them up good, but we're going to change that up next year, put them somewhere else. That's probably going to help in the yield for sure, and the overall health of the plants. But they looked okay. But man, this was the first year they got Colorado potato beetle. And what an infestation we had. If you listen to our previous episode, I do talk about it. But we mitigated it. We did a few things that worked out really good. It just took time. You had to be diligent about it. But that probably shocked the plants quite a bit. I mean, there were so many beetles. So that could also be aiding in why our yields were so low. Could be. Could be part of it. It's definitely part of it. Yeah, something else we tried. Oh, I was thinking about this with tomatoes. My mom was telling me that she made tomato sauce with Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, and it was really good. And I was like, oh, what a beautiful gimmick that is, right? Like, oh, this is cherry tomato sauce, not paste tomato sauce. And then you could probably charge more, right? Because it takes twice as many, or probably like 10 times as many cherry tomatoes to yield the same as you would yield on a paste tomato sauce bait. You know what I'm saying? But I bet it was really good. Little gimmicky. Cherry tomato sauce. Little gimmicky. But not a bad idea, right? Maybe we try it. And it would be like orange. The sauce would be orange because Sun Golds. Like a yellowy gold. So I don't rule it out. It is definitely a gimmick. Would it taste better? They're definitely sweeter. Stay tuned. That's a project a year in the making. I'm going to look back on this and say, wow, I got to try that. I talked about it. I got to try it out. So we did a lot of that. But I didn't do any cherry tomato sauce. Just my mom did over the summer and said it was really good. And I didn't get to try it. But, yeah. Gimmick. Anyway, moving on. Clearly, moving on. This is the first year I sold sweet corn. Like, intentionally. So, of course, like anything else, here's the story. Cass wanted to freeze a bunch of corn. Sweet corn for us, her and I, over the winter. Recipes, things like that. So she orders like 5 bags of corn. Like massive bags of corn. I wish I knew if it was a bushel. I should have asked. Actually, I think it might have been a bushel bag. So we got like 5 bushels of corn. I don't know if it was 5. It was 5 massive bags. It was a lot of corn. Okay? Great corn, courtesy of Betsy's Stand in Sterling, Connecticut. Very nice sweet corn. I didn't ask the variety, although I should have. Anyway, so we pick it up, and I said, Cass, this is a lot of corn to process. Like a lot. I think we should sell some of it. So ironically, my folks were in town that same week, and my dad bought a bag to bring up to Maine to everyone on the island, and bring in some sweet corn into the island and hand it out like candy or something. I don't know what he did. I think that's what he did. He would just like go see his friends and say, hey, you want some corn? Here's some corn. They all drive around on golf carts. So here's a guy driving around an island in Maine, big old bag of corn in the back of his golf cart going door to door. Hey, you need some corn? Hey, I got some corn. Some of that Connecticut native corn. Those of you who live in Connecticut know what I'm talking about. You see those signs. Native corn. Native to where? What does that even mean? Native corn. Like, it was, just say local. Just say local. And if there's an important distinction, please somebody let me know what it means. Please. I always just find it funny. Native. This is native corn. Oh. Excuse me. Native corn. Got it. Got it. Yeah. So anyway, sold really well. That was kind of my point. I've tried to grow it in the past to really no success. I haven't given it a lot of attention. I've grown popcorn to yield to pop, like grow from seed to pop. I don't know what they say in the popcorn growing business, but from stalk to pop. I don't know. But I've been able to do that for a few years in a row. This year my crop was just a lot of things going on, you know. Kind of lost interest in the popcorn. It did hybridize properly. I had this whole idea we're going to hybridize those two varieties of popcorn. And the kernels that I saw, like the ears that I picked and looked at, like they did hybridize. They were definitely a mix of both white popcorn and the robust golden one we've been doing. Really cool. Don't know if it would have been a fertile hybridization, like if I could have taken those seeds and used them again. Probably. Right? These things we do. But anyway, I kind of lost some steam this year with the garden. I don't know what it was. I know the bakery's been pretty busy, and no, it's not my main shtick, but I'm definitely in there. There's always something to do. New kitchen here at site, whatever. At the farm, we got a kitchen. Almost fully commercial licensed, blah, 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 fun things. It's good. It takes a lot, though. So anyway, I kind of lost some steam this year on the plants. I hope to refill my steam and do better next year, right? If you're in farming, that's kind of all you can shoot for. Do better next year. That was my last sip of you-know-what. My last sip of you-know-what. You know what time it is. Here it comes. Guys, if you're anything like me, your day starts the same pretty much every day. You wake up, you drag yourself over to the coffee pot, and you begin to brew yourself that sweet elixir that's going to keep you going all day. Now, where we differ is what's in that coffee pot. We're not big fans of the big commercial coffee companies. The flavor's just not there. We're big fans of Two Dogs Coffee Company, and for the past 2 seasons, that's all we've been drinking. And I mean literally 2 seasons, 2 full years. Two Dogs Coffee is the only coffee that we brew. Artisanally roasted, fresh to order, and ethically sourced, Two Dogs Coffee is the only thing that we've been drinking here at the farm. This is not a paid advertisement, okay? I just like them over there. Brittany and Gwillem, they do great business. And they create such a good product, I can't put it down. I'm having some right now. I'm a big fan of their original Frank's blend. Brazilian and Colombian beans, and it's a medium roast. Hints of caramel, chocolate, some other stuff. It's coffee. Two Dogs Coffee. Get some. Yeah, so, anyway, the corn. We have a bunch in the freezer. That's kind of the point. We've got a ton in the freezer. I think we did like a whole bag, maybe a bushel. We ended up selling most of it, which was good because, We just don't have the freezer space for such a starch. For such a starch. Yeah. But we had some the other night and it was banging. So I guess, it's good we have it. I will say that. It's good we have it. But man, it was a lot of work. Anyway, what else happened in August? Yeah, we also started doing pickled items. Pickled items such as Daigle Farm pickled garlic, Daigle Farm pickled onions, Daigle Farm pickled dilly beans, green beans, pickled great. We also did regular like bread and butter and, like a dill pickle. And they were good out of our cucumbers. They were good. Very good. Shout out to Chef Kim. She did all that. Very good. Very tasty. Her pickling spice recipes and know-how did great. I think we only have one jar left of the pickled garlic. And I might keep that because I don't think I got my own jar. I think I tried them, but I don't think I got like my own jar. So those are for me. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one. So that's kind of August in a nutshell. Moving right on to September. Let me see here. Oh yeah. All right. So normally we don't grow summer squash and zucchini because when it's in season for us, it's in season for everybody. Everybody we know that grows a little garden, and then the people that don't, they have a neighbor that gives them the stuff. So we don't have good luck growing those in season. Okay. So what we ended up doing was starting to crop end of July from seed, transplanting them out mid to late August, and then we started picking them in September, and man, they were so good. Very little insect pressure because of when we planted them. So, we had the regular old squash bugs, but it was super manageable, just by hand, really picking them off, squishing them. Also, what was I using this year? I was using a mix of garlic oil, neem oil, and a very scant amount of dish soap. And that stuff works good. Doesn't necessarily kill the bugs, but it keeps them away. You got to continue to reapply. So that's also like weather driven because it'll all just come off in the rain. But anyway, yeah, so we did a late crop of summer squash zucchini. We did regular like yellow crookneck squash, a variety of zucchini called Raven, which is like your typical dark green fruit. And we also did Cocozel, one of my favorite zucchinis to grow. It's got like different green designs on it, very nice. And it doesn't get super seedy, so they get big, but they don't get full of seeds like a regular old zucchini. Now, there are seeds in there, so don't be like, oh, there's seeds in... No, it's just not as bad. The ratio to seed to flesh on that variety is quite good. So they can get big and not really ruin your experience. We also picked like several 100 pounds of green beans this year. I swear it had to be several 100 pounds. I didn't weigh them, but I know that we did some wholesale orders that were like 30, 40 pounds each. And we pickled a bunch. We sold a bunch as, 1 pound bags. I mean, green beans were, we had a lot of them. Plethora of beans, which is good because I like them. Easy to cook up. Quick to cook up. A lot of farms aren't like growing them. So I've been like seeing and told, a lot of people think there's a lot of labor involved in a green bean. And there is. Man, my phone keeps going off. What is this? There is a lot of labor involved when it comes to the harvest. So I can understand the point of view of like, maybe that's not worth it to everybody. You got to put so much seed in the ground, have so many plants for it to like make sense. I get it. It's a crop we enjoy growing. We enjoy eating. You can freeze them. You can, preserve them, can them, whatever. And they're really good, and people like them. So those were really big September into early October. Peppers, meh. We had some bell peppers, jalapeno peppers. I'm just not passionate about growing peppers. I don't know what it is. It's probably because I don't like to eat them. They're not my favorite. I mean, if there's stuff with like cream cheese and wrapped in a croissant or bacon, that's cool too. That's probably the best way for me to eat them. Also, don't mind a cherry pepper stuffed with prosciutto and cheese and soaked in olive oil. Throwing that out there, that's nice too. It's a great way to enjoy a pepper. Cooked, meh. Raw on a salad, never on a sandwich. Just not my thing. So we had them. We put them in some like taco boxes and things like that. That was a fun pack. That kind of leads me to this next part about our sourdough experiments. Well, not mine. Cassidy's sourdough experiments. In September, she tried this new. It was basically a sourdough tortilla. Very good. Not, I mean, it doesn't taste like sourdough bread or anything really, but we put some discard in there and they came out really good. Learned how to cook them. I think the first week we put them on the menu, which was the only week we put them on the menu, we had to do like 140 of them, 150 tortillas. They were a big hit. Which is cool. We haven't brought them back since because it was a lot of work and we got some other things to focus on, but we'll be bringing them back. Another experiment she tried in the bakery was, she was calling it Wonder Bread Dupe or Wonder Dupe. Basically, she found this recipe in her Mary Jane's sourdough baking book. Great book. Shout out to Christine. Thanks for giving us that last year. Great gift. Cass has been using it quite a bit. So she found this recipe that's supposed to be like, it's sourdough, but it's Wonder Bread texture. It was very good. Wasn't a huge seller. I think the name threw people off, so they were like, I don't get it, Or they just don't want Wonder Bread to any capacity, which could also be the problem. Marketing off of a already hated brand or beloved brand can have its ups and downs. Either work in your favor or not. In this case, I think calling it like Wonder Bread kind of hurt us because people immediately thought it was like just processed crap. That's just my feeling on it. I could be totally wrong. It just didn't sell as well as the regular loaf of sourdough. And it was still sourdough. It just was white bread. It looked and felt like super soft, like Wonder Bread. So it was, for all intents and purposes, very similar. So there were a few new sourdough experiments coming out of the bakery in September. I'm sure there were others that that Farmer Cass did. I just can't remember. Our ovens came in that month, which was a big deal. Oh my God. We bought these massive commercial ovens. Needed them. The health department, code, all that crap. And it is crap. We needed to have not only bigger capacity, but it had to be commercial brand. They were basically like, look, if you want to play the game, you need to pay for commercial equipment. Whatever. We did. Got them in to double stack. I think right now we could do like 50 loaves of bread at a time as compared to our 10 that we were doing. I wonder when Cass started making sourdough crackers because we've been doing that for a few months and those are amazing. Amazing. Very good. Very good. I have become the cracker keeper. I know that sounds weird. Yeah. I've been making the crackers lately. I don't make the dough, but I roll them out, I cut them, I bake them, things like that, the back end of things. Cass is the recipe creator, and I am just the humble servant. But that's how that goes. Humble servant all around, serving the land. Always got to serve your partner. You know how it goes. But yeah, the ovens came in. So shout out to Harry, the neighbor, who this whole time I had no idea was a trained oil guy. HVAC, certified, all that crap. Great crap. The best crap. That's good crap. So he came over. We did a little trade for some pork. He helped us hook the ovens up. Bada bing, bada boom. We were in business and those things. What a difference. Definitely had to cook off the china. It's even in the instructions. Please cook off the china, which is just whatever residual chemicals. So that was weird because it really filled up the whole space with that smoke and had fans going. It smelled. It's crazy how that happens. It's like, oh, yeah. Health department wants you to cook in this thing, but, you got to cook all that factory crap off it. I'm sure they're all like that. I'm sure they're all like that. What do I know? I'm just a farmer, right? I have no idea. Yep. So thank you, Harry. You've been a great neighbor. Now Harry's like super addicted to the sourdough, so that's what we like to hear. That's what we strive for. But yeah, so a lot going on in that department of the farm. It's growing every day. It's crazy. It's great. Do a little update on holiday pies. We're doing holiday pies. Pecan maple. Those are actually the same. So we got pecan maple, apple cranberry. Yeah, apple cranberry. Chocolate cream, and eggnog custard. We make the pie dough from scratch. We make all the fillings from scratch. And they are dynamite. I will say, we used a different pie crust recipe for Thanksgiving. Some of the dough was a little chewy. Apologize for that. We've fixed that problem. Tried a new recipe out yesterday. And I put it all together, and it was fantastic. It was really good. Nice, flaky, good crust, not chewy. So we figured that out. So the holiday pies for Christmas are going to be great. We're also doing assorted cookie boxes, okay? 30 cookies, 6 varieties, 5 of each. They are chocolate chip, sugar cookie, pecan snowballs, chocolate crinkle, pistachio cranberry shortbread, and a classic ginger snap. It's going to be good. I made a bunch of those the other day, too. They were very nice. Did an early assortment box for a customer. Couldn't say no. Plus, we had to make sure those recipes were on par. So we made a box early for someone. They liked it. I tried all the cookies. Cass tried all the cookies. Very good. Big fan of pecan balls. Let's see. Oh, we're also doing a scone sampler, and that comes with 16 scones, 4 of each, 4 varieties. The varieties are pumpkin white chocolate, gingerbread, maple pecan, and orange cranberry. All very good. All very good. Those have been a big hit too. So we're trying to do a little bit more of the holiday stuff as well, because again, I'm reporting to you now in December, and it's almost Christmas. But yeah, it's coming right up. Anyway, a little side note, not really farm related. An update on September. Little update on September that's not farm related. Sorry, I had to check my phone real quick. How rude of me. The ornamental garden was beautiful. I took a whole collage of photos. You can see them if you go back to September on our Facebook page. 20-something pictures of everything that was just looking fierce. I was walking around one day. I said, wow, it's beautiful. Yeah, no, the plants were looking really good. And we put in so many plants this year. I mean, it feels like every year we put in like another 50 between perennials, shrubs. It's just like we're both pretty addicted to it. It's fun. It's really filling in. It's going to be nice in the next year or so. I mean, it was nice this year. It's just going to continue to improve. A garden is like a fine wine. It gets better with age. Depending. I guess depending on both. Anyway, also we did this cool rail car excursion out in Jamestown, Rhode Island. Is it Jamestown? Portsmouth. I think that's basically the same shit. And then Newport is also right there. So in that area of Rhode Island, the nation's tiniest state out of the 48, I don't know if Hawaii beats it in landmass. I can't imagine it does. Maybe it does. Anyway, we're going to look into that. So we did this thing. It's basically like a pedal car on a railroad that is decommissioned, and you just kind of ride the coastline and see some shit. You don't see much shit, but it was fun. Got away for a day, got off the farm, made sure everything was copacetic with the animals and the garden and things, and we got a day off back in September. I can't remember what the date was, probably mid-September. It was a cheap thing to do. I think it was like $20 a person. No, actually, no. It was $100 for the both of us to ride this rail car. It was like an hour and a half, 7 miles one way, 7 miles back. That sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It was very easy pedaling. And basically, you get on this thing, you ride for 7 miles, and you stop at this overlook, just overlooks the bay, the sound, whatever part of body of water or island that is. The Atlantic Ocean, part of it, whatever. It was very nice, grassy, Adirondack chairs, good breeze, good views. It was a very nice place to be. So that was fun. Happy to do that. Let me see here. Oh my goodness. Huh. It's so funny. Oh, maybe it's under meeting options? Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. I'm supposed to be on this farmer advisory board. And I've never done a Zoom or anything, but there's supposed to be a Zoom today, and the link is not in the email, the second email that I've asked. Oh, maybe it's this. Okay. Nope, I got it. Figured it out. Yeah, so I did this weird thing. I joined the farmer advisory board. See, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's for UConn. Stay tuned. Anyway, yeah, so we did this off-farm day. It was a lot of fun, good views. We had lunch in downtown Newport. I've never done that. I could probably never do it again. It was nice. A lot of people, a lot of money. But it basically cost us like $400 to get off the farm for the day and do something different, which was crazy. Not my idea of fun to spend that much money, so it kind of sucks the fun right out of it, but good memories. But anyway, that wraps up August and September, guys. The next part of this episode is going to talk about October and November. A lot of things happen in those months. Happy things, sad things, good things for the business, bad things for the business. We give you a little update on Josie, how that story goes. We go down to the Homesteaders of America conference in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. Met my favorite farmer, Joel Salatin of Polyface Farm. Our pigs went to butcher. Turkeys went to butcher. Got my truck stuck a lot. There's a lot to talk about in these next 2 months. So stay tuned. We're going to hit you with another episode coming out soon. I hope this was educational and informational for you all. And if not, that's a shame. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the Simply Growing Food podcast. If you liked it, please share us with a friend or a family member. We appreciate your support. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to hear us talk about. If you got questions about farming, if you got questions about what you're eating, please send it to us. You can send it to us at www.simplygrowingfood.com, or you can send us an email at simplygrowingfood@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Simply Growing Food Podcast, or just find us on Facebook under Daigle Farm. Give us a Google for Daigle Farm. You'll find us. We appreciate the support. Thanks for all of it.